Welcome to Roofing Road Trips, the podcast that takes you on a thrilling journey across the world of roofing. From fascinating interviews with roofing experts to on-the-road adventures, we'll uncover the stories, innovations, and challenges that shape the rooftops over our heads. So fasten your seatbelts and join us as we embark on this exciting roofing road trip.
Welcome to Roofing Road Trips from Roofers Coffee Shop. My name is Heidi Ellsworth, and we are here today to talk about one of the buzzwords that is so important. It's always been here, but today we're recognizing the companies that are really leading the way around culture. Yes, company culture. It's so important. It has really been one of the most important items and initiatives within the roofing industry for recruitment, retention, and just overall employee happiness. So we wanted to talk to the experts at Progressive Materials about their progressive culture and what they've been doing to really make a difference, not only for their employees, but in the industry overall. So I am thrilled to welcome Matt Clarke to the show. Hello, Matt.
Hi, Heidi. How are you? Thanks for having me today.
Oh, I'm just so glad to have you here. I love this topic, and I really love hearing about companies in the roofing industry. We have so many amazing companies, and so let's kind of start there. But first of all, let's start with your introduction, if you could introduce yourself,
Yep.
and then let's talk about Progressive Materials a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. My name is Matt Clarke. I'm the Eastern National Sales Manager for Progressive Materials. Been there for approximately 7 years. And before that, I came from a strong contracting background and basically started my career out of high school with coatings in 2002. So, it's been a great road, learned a lot, and it's been really fortunate to be a part of the Progressive Materials company. It's been just a great journey for sure.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about the company. Just kind of give us the overall highlights of what you do, what you produce, obviously coatings, but also kind of give us that bigger picture too of the history and kind of where you are today.
Yep. So the company was started around 2010 by Sean Stumler, and he had a small scale silicone coating operation, and back in those days, I had known him from the contracting side, so we had been purchasing some material through Progressive. And as time went on, the company grew, but they really had a really strong base with, how to treat customers, how to treat each other, what the expectations were, and everybody was on board with that, and it really. The company grew exponentially. We make great products, but we have great people too. So that hand in hand has really grown the business significantly since that time.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more important than a strong customer-centric culture. And I love to hear that. I mean, the company's not that old then, from 2010, and what great success have you all seen? And that comes from customers, how you treat your customers, and really what you make your business about customer success. So tell us a little bit more about that and your core values.
We have a really strong core values. We are really customer centric. We love our customers. I mean, we go at the sales. We don't even really consider it sales. I mean, we feel like family members with our customers. Like, we look at it as a team approach. So we're all working together to get to the same goal. Their success is ultimately our success, and you have to believe that. You have to be running the marathon and not the sprint. So, we are in this for the long term. We treat our customers that way, and that's it.
Yeah, that's so cool. And you can see it because, just look at, you were a contractor and now you're in the business. That really shows how much you believe in the product and in the company. And I think that speaks volumes when you see that in your employees. From a leadership standpoint in the company, how have you grown and maintained that culture? Because, we look at the generations, there's different ways of thinking. What are some of your tricks of the trade?
Yeah, if if I was to say it's not a challenge, I'd be lying to you. It's certainly a big challenge. I mean, we first of all, you got to hire the right person, right? So you got to get that baseline right. And what kind of makes it easier for the whole is like the everybody believes in our culture. Like it's a really strongly believed in culture, and that has a way of like promoting the culture to the new people. And if they don't like it, they typically don't stay around because it's we are such believers in our culture, in our core values. So it's not just a poster on the wall. It's a belief. Everybody, we recite them all the time. So,
I love that what you just said too about if people really have to believe in those core values, or they're going to know they're not a good fit, or that it's not a good fit for them.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we get so caught up in retention, and retention is obviously so important, but it's even more important that the people who are with the company believe in what the company's purpose and how they go to the market and how they go to business. And so having, you say that kind of just really hits home. And all of a sudden now you have everybody paddling the right direction, in the same direction, rowing in the same direction. As you're kind of looking at that, what what are you hearing from some of the other employees, but also some of your customers about this culture that, it's not just with the company, that you really extend for your customers?
They love it. I mean, we have a customer incentive trip every year, and everybody appreciates everyone. The customers is not just their sales rep. They customer service touches them, and everybody, it's a big family. So the president of the company reaches out, Danielle, and it's a very conversational, it's a good thing. I mean, it's just like you're part of the family. It's a progressive family.
And, and I love, I met Danielle at National Women in Roofing last year. What an awesome lady. And she's been leading the company now, for a year or two? I
think 3 now, but yeah, she is,
3.
She's amazing. She's a great person.
Yeah. Because that's really where the culture starts, is at the top.
Yeah. Yeah. She is. Yeah. And we all believe in our culture. I mean, it's a really special thing. I mean, it really is. It's, sometimes it may be hard to explain, but it's, once everybody believes in that and the wheels are in motion, like you said, it's a pretty unstoppable thing.
Yeah, it goes well. Okay, so let's switch just for a second, because I'm always curious on what's happening out in the market. And let's talk a little bit about some of the trends that you're seeing in the coatings market. You guys are a leader in that, and with liquid applied, everything that goes along with it. What are some of the trends you're seeing, and just kind of some of the market, what's going on out there?
I've seen an increase. I think that's multi-headed. I think that some of it is a lot more education, where people thought coatings were more taboo years ago. They realized that they're a sustainable option. Coatings are also a cost-effective alternative to tearing off roofs, and with higher interest rates, people are more apt to try a coating versus a full tear and replace, which is exponentially higher. So that's, and there's a lot of other good companies promoting and doing good stuff too. The education, I say it's more of a accepted roofing system, and also with, if the economy gets tighter, then the repair business also, will increase too. So we're seeing an uptick, but all good stuff.
And it seems to me like with everything that's going on environmentally, sustainability, all of that is also helping to drive the use of obviously white coatings, but also restoration, roof restoration. And
sure.
To your point on education, that's what we're seeing. We have so many webinars and lunch and learns and everything that are talking about that restoration and really how to do it, the right education, how well the coatings work. What are you seeing around sustainability and that kind of education?
It really resonates. People just don't. It's just education, like where people we're tearing off roofs. Like, we can save this. We only have to replace what's bad, and we can restore it and get you another life cycle out of it. And we can save you money. I mean, it checks a lot of boxes. So, I mean, it's just getting. I mean, once people hear the facts, it's a no brainer. But it's just getting to them and relaying the message that we're a sustainable company. We can. These roofs all can be recoated at the end of their life cycle, so you can get a whole nother. I mean, in theory, you never have to tear off the entire thing ever. You just have to replace the bad areas, which makes sense, right? So you just, and that's one of the larger portions of the landfills is roofing debris. So if we can, if we can help out that, then that's a great thing for our environment and people and. Labor, even taking care of people. Like, tearing off a roof is really strenuous on people. And if you can get away with coating it, that's a lot better for everything.
Well, and it makes it in some ways more appealing too to this younger generation coming in when they're seeing coatings is using obviously a lot of equipment, more automation, and it's a cleaner. It's really a cleaner type of roofing. What are you seeing with these young contractors? Because I'm seeing some definitely young contractors coming in who are like, yeah, this is going to work for us.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, a lot of these, some of the more established companies are having labor issues where they're not able to find guys. And if you need 6, 7 guys to tear a roof off, or 8 guys, where you can get away with a couple less guys and doing the coatings. A guy can run a power washer, and you don't need as much skilled labor, which is it's been a tough thing for these guys to find the skilled labor. So if they can, have a system that works, and they have can find the manpower to do it, and it saves the customer some money. And it's sustainable and saves the environment. I mean, it just makes it the whole process a no-brainer for most.
So when I look at this, Progressive Materials has really positioned themselves to take advantage of these trends. What do you do for education of your team, of your employees, so that they're delivering all these new trends, all the the environmental stuff, the labor savings, everything? How do you do your training and really keep your employees up to date with being able to deliver some of these messages to the contractors and the design community?
So we have multiple educational avenues. We have a full-time trainer that can do on-site training for contractors. We can do the AIAs. We have a couple people that do AIAs to educate. Interestingly, we at Progressive Materials, we have a biweekly educational seminar. It's called PMU. So we actually everybody can conference in, and they pick out just different subjects about the company, like how, they'll have the chemistry lab talk about how it's made, or the sales people will talk how we sell it, and we kind of have like these company-wide meetings, which everybody, marketing might have an angle, but everybody gets a voice and everybody gets to talk. And that really just helps everybody like understand what everybody else is doing and educate, the positives behind the systems and we're in the direction we're heading.
I love that. I might have to steal that idea. I think that's great to have everybody help educate each other throughout the company. That's excellent.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, everybody gets to talk about what they want to talk about, and everybody has a voice. Yeah. So it's pretty powerful.
That kind of drives right back to what we started with, culture.
Yeah.
It all comes together. So as you're doing this and really looking at your contractors, what kind of resources are you providing them? And also let's talk, along with the resources, let's talk about some of that training that now you do it internally, but what are you doing with the contractors?
Well, we have one person that does external training. So their position is to train our contractors or help them out however they need. And he collaborates with the sales rep who's setting it, as the feet on the ground. So the contractors, that's how, if the contractors need it, we'll give them whatever they need to help them succeed. Because, everybody hears about the bad jobs, and we want everybody to succeed.
Yeah. What are you hearing from your roofing contractors on kind of the status of roof restoration and kind of what they're hearing from their building owners? Is the adoption? I know we're talking a lot. I know we're talking about it a lot on the ownership levels and the manufacturing levels, but how far is that really starting to go all the way to the end user, to those building owners through the contractors?
It's going well. I mean, a lot of it's just the education, kind of circling back. I mean, the more you educate the contractors and they can relate it to the building owners. I mean, we also do a lot of AIA presentations, so we're kind of hitting that whole portion. That's kind of like what we're a lot of schools, and it really just, like, our whole mission kind of jives with what they're doing too, of just being sustainable, not throwing things away, and trying to check all those boxes. And they run into a lot of budget concerns too. So saving some money on a roof so they can have some kind of program in school is pretty impactful too. And that's pretty awesome to be, not every situation happens that way, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's happened. I mean, it's just fun talking to people, and they're like, man, I wish I would have known about this years ago, and I wish I would have made these choices years ago, but better late than never.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're hearing that. That's what's so important. And we're seeing the resiliency and the durability of these systems and the opportunity for recoats. You're right. It could be forever if it's done right, if the service and maintenance is handled. So how can contractors get involved with Progressive Materials?
Well, you just need to, I would visit our website, pmsilicone.com. On there's a map with your local rep, or there's a form on there you could fill out to get in touch. But that would be the way to get a hold of your rep. Would be the first step to figuring it all out.
And they also, everyone listening, as you already know, you can also go to the directory. Progressive Materials has a directory on Roofers Coffee Shop and on Coatings Coffee Shop. And you can get all the information there to get over to them, because there's a lot of great stuff. Matt, we're having so much fun with you all on the site, and all of the great information and education that you're bringing. You have a great team. It's pretty awesome.
Thanks, Heidi. Really appreciate you taking the time to give us a little bit of a spotlight here.
Love it. Love it. Well, Matt, we'll have you back, because, I'm thinking we need to talk more about silicone and all the different types of coatings. So maybe we'll do that. We'll do our own little education on our next podcast.
Really looking forward to it, Heidi.
That sounds great. And thank you all for listening. This is just to give you that ability to see what other companies are doing around culture, education. So important. So be sure to share this podcast out to your whole company, and to other friends and family within the roofing industry, of course. Thank you also starting over. Be sure to listen to all of our podcasts under the RLW navigation of our websites, under looking for Roofing Road Trips, or on your favorite podcast channel. Be sure to subscribe and set those notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We'll be seeing you next time on Roofing Road Trips.
If you've enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on every roofing adventure. Make sure to visit rooferscoffeeshop.com to learn more. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next Roofing Road Trip.